Hello everybody, welcome once again to another interesting video on verbal ability from Career Ride. In today's video, we'll do an exercise, spot the error type of questions based on the topic nouns. Again, a very important exercise for your placement tests and entrance exams also. So, pay attention. The first sentence here says, pangram is a sentence that uses all the letters in the English alphabets. Okay. Now, try to find out which part of the sentence carries an error in it and try to answer it for yourself. Pangram is a sentence, this is fine, that uses all the letters, this is also fine, in the English alphabets. So if you see, it is actually the third part of the sentence that carries an error in it. And what is the error? The error is this word alphabets here. Okay, because it should just be alphabet, it should not be alphabets. Okay, because we are talking about the letters A to Z here, and when we are talking about these letters, they are together alphabet. This is English alphabet. Okay, when you say alphabets, when you make it a plural, you mean the basics of that language. Okay, so pay attention, what is the meaning of the sentence? Okay, because it is based on the meaning of the sentence that the usage of the words changes at times, and that is what is important. Okay, the second sentence here is, the document has been sent to the governor for his sign. This is something that we usually say in our day-to-day conversations. Okay, but the mistake here is actually the third part of the sentence. What is the mistake? The mistake is this word sign. It should not be sign here, it should be, the actual word is signature. Okay, so it should be, the document has been sent to the governor for his signature. Okay, because this word sign, it is actually a verb, it is the act of putting your signature on a document. Okay, and the document has been actually sent for his signature. Okay, so the mistake is in the third part of the sentence here. The third one, she quickly finished her meals and left for an urgent meeting with the attorney. And the fourth part, as you know, is no error. So try to answer this question for yourself. She quickly finished her meals and left for an urgent meeting with the attorney. Where do you think is the error? The error is actually in the first part of the sentence. What is the mistake? The mistake is this word meals, because it should be just meal. Okay, she quickly finished her meal, the food she was having at that time, maybe lunch, and actually lunch, because she left for an urgent meeting with the attorney. So most probably this is the lunch time. Okay, so she quickly finished her meal, the food she was having at that point for lunch, point of time for lunch. Okay, so she quickly finished that food and left for an urgent meeting. So the word actually is, she quickly finished her meal is what you should say. Okay, the fourth one, the event became more interesting towards the end, with a game of darts and billiard waiting to be played. And the fourth part is no error. Try to answer this again for yourself. The event became even more interesting towards the end. The first part, there is no mistake here. With a game of darts, okay, I see a word darts here, and billiard waiting to be played, and there is a word billiard here. Where is the mistake? Second part or the third part? The mistake is actually in the third part of the sentence. This part has a mistake in it. And what is the mistake? The mistake is that there should be billiards. It should not be billiard here, because this is that type of word that always carries S with it. Okay, this darts is fine. Okay, this is fine. There's no mistake in this. The mistake is actually, it should be billiards. It should not be billiard. This word is like mathematics, economics, mumps, measles, those type of words it is. Okay. So guys, as you can see yourself by now, whatever we are trying to discuss in today's video is actually the implementation of some concepts. We are trying to ensure that you are able to implement whatever you have learned. And all these concepts have already been discussed in this video. If you have not seen this video already, make sure that you do watch it. The link is in the description box below. Before solving the questions from Spot the Error, it is important that your concepts are clear. Without that, you will not be able to solve the questions from this video or in the exams also. Okay, so don't just go by the practice exercise. Make sure that your concepts are clear. Sentence number 5. One of their daughter-in-laws is a doctor and has agreed to look after them. The fourth part is no error. Try to answer this question for yourself. What is the error here? One of their daughter-in-laws is a doctor and has agreed to look after them. It is actually the first part of the sentence that has a mistake in it. And this sentence particularly, it is trying to cover up two concepts. The first is, whenever you have this word, one of, okay, after this you'll always have a plural noun, okay. One of their sons, one of their daughters, okay, one of the trees, something of that sort will always happen, okay. So this word, this noun after one of has to be a plural, okay. That is the first concept that this sentence is trying to cover. And the second thing is how to make the plural of these type of words. Daughter-in-laws, actually it is not daughter-in-laws, this S should not be here, it is daughters-in-law, okay. One of their daughters-in-law is a doctor and has agreed to look after them. How to form these plurals we have already discussed in the video that I just pointed to. It is the video on the concepts of nouns where we have already discussed all these things. If you are not clear about them, you can go and watch that video. The sixth sentence. A great many trees in the area have been brought down by the force of the wind last night. Again, where is the error? The error is actually in the first part of the sentence. Okay. In the last sentence we saw one of. What is it? One of. Okay. It will always have a plural noun with it. Okay. Here the word is, these are the words. A great many. Whenever you have this, a great many, you will again have a plural noun with it. So a great many trees. Okay. Sentence number 7. Two male deers were fighting for their rights. And the fourth part says no error. Where is the mistake? The mistake is again actually in the first part of the sentence itself. Why? Because these animals, deer, they always exist, this word always exists in a without S. It always exists without S. So this S should not be here. Two male deer were fighting for their rights is what you would say. To form the plural, you would just say deer. This word has singular form as deer, and in plural also it is deer only. It is not deers. Okay. And similarly, there are three more words here. Sheep, fish and swine. They always also exist without S even in their plural forms. I'm pointing out specifically to these words because these are quite popular with the examiners, and there's a high possibility that you will find one of them in the exams also. Okay. Sentence number 8. Have you bought this new car or is it theirs? Do you think there is a mistake in this sentence at all? First of all, have you bought this new car or is it theirs? Actually, there is a mistake in this sentence. Where is the mistake? Have you bought? No mistake. This new car? No mistake. Or is it theirs? This theirs is a mistake. We are trying to show possession, and we know that if we are trying to show possession, in that case we use apostrophe S, right? But with these words like yours, ours, theirs, you do not use this apostrophe. It should just be theirs. Okay, this is what the word should be. Or is it theirs? So the mistake is actually this apostrophe, and we have discussed this also in the video that I pointed out to in the previous slide. That is why I'm again and again saying that you must watch that video if you want to ensure that your concepts are clear about nouns. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Sentence number 9. The door's knob is broken and needs to be replaced. And the fourth part as usual is no error. Where do you think is the mistake in this sentence? And do you think there is a mistake at all? First of all, the door's knob is broken and needs to be replaced. Actually, there is a mistake in this sentence, and the mistake is in the first part of the sentence. The mistake is this word, door's knob, these words. Okay. Now see, whenever we are trying to talk about possessions, for example, we would say Rima's book. We use this apostrophe, right? Rima's book. Whenever we are trying to say that this book belongs to Rima. But this apostrophe, it is used in the case of living objects, living things. This door is a non-living thing. So it would not be door's knob. It would be knob of the door is what you would say. Okay. So the mistake is, it should not be door's knob. It should be knob of the door. The knob of the door is broken and needs to be replaced is what you should say. Sentence number 10. Many of my work have been published in international journals. What is the mistake here? The mistake is actually again in the first part of the sentence. Okay, because this word work, it actually is trying to tell you that many of my creations have been published in international journals. They might be some articles that I have written, some paintings or something of that sort. Okay, so many of my works, because I'm trying to talk about my creations here. Okay. Sentence number 11. Pay attention. This type of sentence is again very popular with the examiners. Okay. And the sentence is, gooses are very protective of their partners and offspring. Where is the mistake? The mistake is actually again in the first part of the sentence. And the mistake is this word, gooses. These sentences are popular with the examiners because they try to see if you are able to form the plural forms of those words properly or not. Okay. The word here should not be gooses. It should be geese, because the plural of goose is geese. It is not gooses. Okay. Now there is also a possibility that they might give you geese are. They might make the first part of the sentence correct and they may actually give you the mistake in the third part of the sentence. Come here. Geese are very protective of their partners and offsprings. There is a possibility that they might write S here. So just understand that this word offspring stands on its own. It doesn't require this S. Okay. So there is a possibility that you might find the mistake in the third part of the sentence. Pay attention. Where have they tried to commit the mistake for you? Okay. 12th sentence. Her once lustrous hair was dirty and infested with louses. Again, one sentence that you might find in the exams many a times. This sentence as it is, or many a times they might try to mold it a bit. Okay. But the concept will stay the same. Her once lustrous hair was dirty and infested with louses. The mistake is again here in the third part of the sentence, because you know those insects that at times you may find in your hair or on your scalp. The word is louse and the plural is louse. The word is louse and the plural is lice. Okay, so this should be an infested with lice is what you should say here. It is not louses. So third part of the sentence has a mistake in it. Now there are two more words that are again quite popular with the examiners, and they are mouse. You yourself know that they usually ask you questions on this. Mouse, mice. Ox, oxen. Right? Goose, geese. Okay? Pay attention that you are pretty clear with these words in your mind. Okay, because there's a high possibility that one of them might occur in the exam, and I don't want that you should commit a mistake here and lose out your marks, because these are very simple things where you can easily gain marks. Don't commit mistakes here. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Sentence number 13. Men teachers are paid more salary than the women teachers, which is unfair. Where is the mistake in this sentence? Try to read it again. Men teachers are paid more salary than the women teachers, which is unfair. The mistake is actually in the third part of the sentence, and the mistake is this. We are trying to say that all the teachers who are men, they are paid more salary in comparison to all the teachers who are women. So the plural of the word women is women, because we are trying to say that all the teachers who are women are paid less salary in comparison to their male counterparts. Okay, so the plural is women teachers is what you would say. How to form the plurals? We have discussed this in the video on 9 golden rules on nouns. You can go to that video and check out your concepts and build your concepts about these things. Okay, now the 14th sentence. I had 2 breads and a boiled egg for the breakfast today. I had 2 breads. First of all, breads is not what you would say. Okay, you would say I had 2 slices of bread. Slices of bread is what you would say. Okay. So this should not be breads. I had 2 slices of bread and a boiled egg for the breakfast today. Sentence number 15. The average height of Great Wall of China ranges from 20 to 23 foot and the tallest part reaches around 46 foot. The fourth part says no error. Okay. Now in this sentence, the mistake is actually, I have purposely done this actually for you. The mistake is actually in the second and third, both the parts of the sentences. You will not find this kind of a sentence as it is in the exam. Okay, they'll not give you the mistake in 2 parts of the sentences. But just to ensure that you understand these things properly, I have constructed this kind of a sentence for you. Okay, the average height of the Great Wall of China, there's no mistake here, ranges from 20 to 23 foot. This should not be foot. Okay, 1 foot is okay, but when you are talking about more than 1, it should be actually feet here. It should be feet. And similarly, this third part of the sentence, and the tallest part reaches around 46 feet is what you should say. The 16th one, the company has reduced the number of personnel working on the project. The company has reduced, no mistake, the number of personnel. Actually, this word is the mistake here. It should be personnel. The number of personnel working on the project. Okay. Sentence number 17. A railroad car used to carry baggages is also called a van. And the fourth part is no error. So try to read the sentence again and try to locate the error for yourself. A railroad car, no mistake here, used to carry baggages is also called a van. So actually there is no mistake in the first and third part of the sentence. Either it is second part or it is no error for this sentence. But the error is actually in the second part of the sentence. And what is the error? The error is this word baggages. It should be baggage. A railroad car used to carry baggage is also called a van is what you should say. This word is from the category of words like luggage. Then you have this word furniture. All of you know that you do not have luggages. You do not say furnitures. Similarly, you do not say baggages. You just say baggage. Okay. Sentence number 18. The scenery in the west of the country is very beautiful with wild mountains and tropical forests. I'm sure this sentence is pretty easy for most of you. The mistake is actually in the first part of the sentence. And the mistake is this word sceneries. Because there is no word called as sceneries. You would just say scenery. Right? The scenery in the west of the country is very beautiful with wild mountains and tropical forests. Now, as you can relate it, this word is pretty similar to poetry that we use many a times, and it is again popular with the examiners. You do not say poetries. There is no word called as poetries. You just say poetry, right? Coming to the 19th one, Mona Lisa and The Last Supper are the famous works of Leonardo da Vinci. The first part of the sentence, Mona Lisa and The Last Supper. These are the names of 2 creations of Leonardo da Vinci. So there is no mistake in the first part. Are the famous works. This word works here, it means creations. We have seen this type of a sentence in one of the previous slides. So are the famous works of Leonardo da Vinci is what the sentence is trying to tell you. So actually there is no error in this sentence. Sentence number 20. Let's sew these clothes together and make a Gujarati quilt. Is there a mistake at all in this sentence? So yes, there is a mistake here, and the mistake is in the first part of the sentence I'm telling you. Try to locate it now. Let's sew these clothes. This word is a mistake here. Because when you have CLOTHES, this word means those ready to wear garments, right? But you will not sew the garments together to make a quilt. You will sew the pieces of fabric together. And whenever you mean to say pieces of fabric, you would use the word clothes, right? So this is the mistake. The word should be clothes. It should not be clothes. So remove this E from here and then the sentence is correct. Okay, let's see the next one. Sentence number 21. Men after men pledge to fight for the nation. Now, this is again a very important type of construction, very popular with the examiners, and many a times you'll find this kind of a question in the exams. Okay, so pay attention. Now, the mistake is actually in this sentence is in the first part of the sentence. And the mistake is that you see this word after. This is what? This is a preposition. And whenever you have a preposition and there are nouns, and both of these are same nouns, okay, same words. So this is a noun and this is a noun. Whenever there is a preposition in between and whenever you have same noun on both the sides, then it has to be in the singular form is what is the rule. Okay, so it should be man after man is what you should say. Okay, so the mistake is actually in the first part of the sentence. As I said, we have discussed this concept quite in detail. We have seen a lot of examples in the video on nouns where we have discussed the concepts. So make sure that you do watch that video if you want to clarify these type of things for yourself. Okay. Sentence number 22. Rima's and Seema's mother is a famous doctor. Okay. So now this type of a construction is also usually popular with the examiners, and many a times you'll find this kind of a question in the exams. Okay. So Rima's and Seema's mother. We are talking about a single same lady here. We are talking about the same lady here who is a mother also and who is a famous doctor also, and she is Rima and Seema's mother. So the apostrophe in this case, when we are referring to the same person, one single person, okay, then it should be just with the second noun, Rima and Seema's mother. Okay, we are not talking about two different ladies. We are talking about the same lady. So Rima and Seema's mother. Okay, sentence number 23. Rajat and Rajan's house are in two different cities of Maharashtra. Okay, now purposely I have constructed this kind of a sentence for you, and I have not given you any options here because I just wanted to clarify your concepts once again. Rajat and Rajan's houses are in two different cities of Maharashtra. Now we are talking about two different houses, which means two different people. Okay, and these houses are in two different cities. So we are not referring to one single thing. We are talking about two different houses now. Okay, in this case, Rajat's house is different and Rajan's house is different. Okay, so the apostrophe will come with both of these subjects. Rajat's and Rajan's houses are in two different cities of Maharashtra is what you would say. Okay, sentence number 24. Can you bring a 500 rupees note from my wallet? Now this S should not come here. Can you bring a 500 rupee note from my wallet is what you would say. Sentence number 25. 100 of yellow-headed blackbirds fell from the sky in mysterious circumstances. Okay, so it is not 100, 100. It is hundreds of yellow birds. Hundreds of yellow-headed blackbirds fell from the sky in mysterious circumstances. Hundreds of stars, millions of stars, right? Dozens of flowers is how you talk. So these are pretty conceptual things, and it is very important these type of concepts have to be very clear in your mind to ensure that you are able to actually solve the questions and implement these things in the exams. Otherwise, just coming to the exercises, doing a lot of questions is not going to help. So make sure that your concepts about any topic are very clear. I sincerely hope that whatever we have learned today in this video is going to be useful to you. And if you want to stay updated with more such videos on verbal ability, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And if you have found today's video useful, do give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends also. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Till then, bye-bye and take care.